Welcome back. So, again, there's the Sankofa bird, and Sankofa comes to us, the word comes to us from West Africa, Ghana, and it means go back and take that which is at risk of being left behind. And what is that risk of being left behind is our history, and especially this history of enslaved ancestors who ran away from upstate New York. So, one of the themes I have been noticing is that of the absence of the vilification of black people, and then later on how black people change from being normal humans to being people seen as people who are inherently violent. So, if you've been listening, you'll notice the description of the characters of runaway enslaved people is generally positive. And if they're talking about defects in character, it's just normal stuff everybody has. The white enslavers don't seem to be afraid of them. They seem to be close enough to them to always have these detailed descriptions of scars, marks, wounds. And in the north, in New York, they live closer to them than they did in the south, where there are plantations. The first shift we'll see in the characterization of black people is when slavery apologists who are trying to justify slavery, they'll say that enslaved black people, that they were docile children in need of white paternalism. And much later, to the present time, we hear of black people being stereotyped as inherently dangerous and violent. Because of these caricatures of black people, they were created to serve a specific purpose, these caricatures, to justify white supremacy, that white people are inherently better, and also to allow white people to profit from harming other people. So for me, whenever I hear people making stereotypes of black people, I ask myself, what do they stand to gain from spreading these stereotypes? For example, if black people are stereotyped as being inherently criminal, then their overrepresentation in the prison industrial complex is justified. So these runaway enslaved ancestors offer us a glimpse of what white people thought of them before they benefited from making them into monsters. Minor themes continue, such as a lot more people than we want to say benefited from slavery, including the New York Gazette that printed these flyers for the return of people. Lawyers, all kinds of people's hands were in slavery, and the economy in general. And you can also observe, as the years go by, a drastic increase in the dollar amount in terms of the reward being offered. So let's catch up with the ancestors. We're in 1783, and we have William, Harry, and John of Ulster running away together. And I like when there's a group of friends running away together, solidarity. William is 27 years old, slim, about 5 feet 9 inches, large scar on his nose, speaks Dutch and English very well. Harry is 5 feet 7 inches. John is 39, 5 feet 8 inches, with a large scar on his upper lip. Next, we have Asa, or Africa, of Albany County. Oh, only $5 offered for those three young men. Asa, Africa of Albany County, $8 offered. He's between the ages of 40 to 50. He was born in Guinea. He has a scar on both sides of his face. I think those are tribal markings from Africa. He's 5 feet 10 inches. Knock-knee. He's well known in certain areas in Rhode Island, I think, and they believe he's getting help to get there. $8 offered for his reward. Next, we have Harry of Albany County. $10 offered for his return. He was a male, between the ages of 36 to 40, very dark skin. They said he was strong-made and medium-sized. He speaks well in the following languages: German, Low Dutch, and English. They also said he was addicted to drinking. Next, we have Peter of Albany, and this is still 1783. He was recently purchased by two enslavers who were lawyers. Peter is only 22 years old. He's 5 feet 6 inches, has woolly hair, thick lips, and a scar on the back part of his cheek. Unnamed reward offered. Now we're in 1784. £5 offered for Peg of Westchester County. She's described as an attractive mulatto woman. She's not a woman, she's only an 18-year-old child. 1784, we have Scipio of Orange County, formerly belonging to another person. He was 40 years old, spoke English as a second language, and he ran away before, and he remained safe for 7 years, fighting with the British Army. $3 were offered for his return. Next, we have James of Westchester, and James was 45 years old, 5 feet 9 or 10 inches tall, scar on the left cheeks, and 40 shillings offered for his return. Next, we have Peet of Dutchess County. $10 offered for his return. He was 21 years old, 6 feet high, tall, and medium brown. Next, we have Sam of Dutchess County. Sam was 21 years old, 5 feet 5 inches, dark skin, crooked left arm, stiff in the elbow, believed to be going to Nova Scotia, Canada. Next, we have Peter of Dutchess County. $10 offered for his return. Peter is 22 years old, 5 feet 7 inches, yellow complexion, spoke both English and Dutch, and when walking, his knees bent towards the back. See how closely they're watching them. Unnamed male of Orange County, $20. 23 years old, mixed race person, 6 feet tall, 6 feet 2 inches tall, described as having great posture and attractive. He took a brown horse with him. He was believed to be going from Connecticut to Massachusetts. And next we have Amos of Ulster County. $20 again offered for his return. He had yellowish complexion. He was 5 feet 9 inches. He was 26 years old. They describe him as a lively fellow who spoke both English and Dutch and sings well, very emotionally in French. 1785, we have Phillip of Dutchess County. He's 24 years old, 5 feet 6 inches, spoke Dutch and English. His parents and relatives were living in Red Hook. They believed he went there. This one, they were trying to act like they were merciful. They said if he returned in 20 days, he would be pardoned. Like, pardoned for going to visit your relatives. Like, please. He didn't say an amount for the reward, just said it would be a generous reward. Next, we have Tone of Westchester County. $5 offered for his return. He was 25 years old, medium built, very dark complexion. He was believed to be in New York City. Next, we have Hannah of Albany County, 18 or 20, very attractive. Pretty lusty means healthy. Her complexion resembled that of an Indian. She tells people she's free. No specific reward amount. Next, we have John or Jan of Ulster County. 25 years old, spoke great Dutch and English, was well built, medium sized. He had a damaged right eye and a cut in the middle of it. $8 offered for his return. We're up to 1786. Tom of Westchester County. $10 for his return. It was 25, 5 feet 6 inches, small lump on his forehead, near his hair, good-natured countenance, smiles when spoken to. Yes, so it's not yet, we don't need to be dangerous, mean men right now. It's okay for us to be described as who we actually are. Next, we have Jack of Ulster County. Jack is 32 years old, 5 feet 6 inches. Jack took a gun, spoke both English and Dutch. So I'm going to wrap up right here. But again, I welcome your comments and your feedback. Thanks for listening.